You know that feeling when you blink, and for a split second, the world disappears? What if, when you opened your eyes, something in that world had changed? That's what happened to me, and I'm still not sure if I'm losing my mind. I live out in a pretty rural part of Louisiana. It's quiet, mostly. The kind of place where the nearest neighbor is a good shout away and the night is filled with the sound of cicadas and not much else. My house is old, one of those shotgun-style places with a long front porch. And on that porch, there's a single bare bulb light. It's supposed to be my little beacon in the swampy darkness. But lately, it's been doing something strange. It started about a week ago. I was sitting on my porch swing, just enjoying the cool night air. The light flickered. Just once. A quick off and on, so fast I almost thought I'd imagined it. I figured it was just an old bulb, maybe a loose wire. I didn't think much of it. The second night, it happened again. I was coming home from work, pulling into my driveway. As I got out of the car, the porch light flickered twice. Off, on, again. I brushed it off. Gotta change that bulb, I muttered to myself, grabbing my bags and heading inside. It was a little odd, sure, but explainable. Old house, old wiring, it made sense. The third night is when things started to feel wrong. I was doing dishes, looking out the kitchen window that faces the front yard. The light flickered again, but this time it stayed off for a few seconds. A long, deliberate darkness. And in that brief moment of black, just before the light snapped back on, I swear I saw something move at the edge of my property, right where the trees get thick. It was just a shape, a silhouette against a slightly less dark backdrop of the woods. My heart hammered in my chest. When the light came back, there was nothing there, just the familiar line of trees and the overgrown grass. My mind started racing. Was it a deer, a coyote? We get plenty of wildlife out here, but it didn't move like an animal, it seemed taller. I stood there for a long time, staring out the window, but nothing else happened. The light stayed on, steady and bright. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I triple-checked all the locks that night before I went to bed, something I hadn't done in years. Sleep didn't come easy. Every creak of the old house made me jump. The next morning, I called the sheriff's department. I felt a little foolish doing it. "Hi, I think I saw someone on my property last night." The dispatcher was polite, but you could hear the skepticism in her voice. A deputy came out a few hours later. He walked the perimeter of my yard, looked around the woods a bit. He found nothing. No footprints, no broken branches. "Probably just a shadow playing tricks on you, ma'am," he said, tipping his hat. "This old-timey lighting can do that. You have a good day now." I felt stupid, embarrassed. He was probably right. It was just an overactive imagination, fueled by a faulty light bulb. That night, the fourth night, I decided I wasn't going to let it get to me. I was going to sit on my porch, just like I always do, prove to myself that there was nothing to be afraid of. I made a glass of sweet tea, grabbed a book, and settled into the swing. The air was thick and heavy, typical Louisiana humidity. For an hour, everything was normal. The light stayed on. The cicadas buzzed. I started to relax. Maybe the deputy was right. Then it happened. The light didn't just flicker this time. It went out completely. One moment I was reading my book under its yellowish glow. The next I was plunged into absolute, suffocating darkness. I froze, my hand still holding my glass. The sound of the cicadas stopped. Everything went dead silent. My eyes strained to adjust, trying to find any source of light, any shape in the blackness. And that's when I heard it. A sound from the edge of the yard, where I'd seen the movement the night before. It wasn't a twig snapping, it was a step. A slow, heavy, deliberate step on the damp grass. Then another. It was coming closer. My breath caught in my throat. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. My body was locked in place, gripped by a kind of fear I have never known. It felt primal. All I could do was listen as the steps continued, slow and steady, across my front yard. Closer, closer. They stopped right at the bottom of my porch steps. Silence. The kind of silence that's so loud it hurts your ears. I knew something was there, standing just a few feet away from me, hidden by a darkness that felt like a physical blanket. I held my breath, praying for the light to come back on, praying for a car to drive by, praying for anything, and then I blinked. It was involuntary, a reflex born of sheer terror. My eyelids squeezed shut for just a fraction of a second. When I opened them, the porch light was on, bright, steady, and unwavering, and there was nothing there. The yard was empty. The cicadas started their chorus again, as if nothing had happened. My glass of tea had fallen from my hand, shattering on the wooden planks of the porch, the sweet liquid pooling around my feet. I scrambled inside, slamming and locking the door, my whole body shaking uncontrollably. I ran through the house, turning on every single light until the place was lit up like a Christmas tree. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat in my living room, watching the front door, waiting for the sun to come up. It's been 3 days since that night. I haven't been on the porch since I bought new, brighter bulbs for the light, but I'm afraid to go out there to change it. Every night, I watch from my window. The light stays on now. It hasn't flickered once. But I can't shake the feeling that it's still out there, just beyond the reach of the light, waiting for me to come outside, waiting for me to get comfortable, waiting for me to blink. What did I see in that split second of darkness, or what did it want me to see when the light came back on? The emptiness was almost scarier than seeing something standing there. It's like a game of peekaboo where you're the only one with your eyes closed. I don't know what it is or what it wants, but I know one thing for sure. I'm not playing anymore. I'm sleeping with the lights on, and I'm trying my best not to blink. I wanted to share this because, well, I don't know why. Maybe to get it out. Maybe so someone will believe me. If you live out in the middle of nowhere and your porch light starts acting up, maybe don't ignore it. Maybe it's not just faulty wiring. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever experienced anything like this, let me know in the comments below. It would be nice to know I'm not the only one. Stay safe out there, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange tales from the dark corners of the world.